like your background vibe, very tropical.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, because everyone needs a little Cook Islands right now. For real.
For real.
For real, right? How good would that be?
No, everyone needs a little Cook Islands right now. For real.
That's what I just said.
The world's been stuck inside for far too long, looking at all of this from their laptop screen. It's time to visit our little paradise for real again. This is your goat calling, people. Not that goat. This is your greatest of all trips. Now's not the time to go small, it's time to go little. Our little paradise has just so much to explore on our main island, Rarotonga, or up across Aitutaki and our Pāinua outer islands like Achu, Moke, Mitiaro or Mangaya for starters. It's all so close. What you need has been staring you in the face this whole time, while you've been staring at it. In the face. How about this screensaver? Or this one? Very popular. Nothing says, I'm in a meeting, but I'm spicing it up like these backgrounds. Classic. And of course, we do everyone's favourites. Sunsets. How's this for a screensaver?
Lifesaver, more like it.
I thought that went quite well. Who wants ice cream?
Ooh, hotty toddy sounds good.
And the best thing about a little paradise right now? The wide open spaces. How's this for social distancing? Oh. And beaches all to yourself. Hey, it's okay, I'll find another. And we've got roosters and coconuts and fresh fruit and markets, and sometimes we put them all in a blender, except the rooster. So what do you guys think?
What do I think?
You're on mute, Kevin.
Kevin, you're on mute.
I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
I said, who's up for a little paradise for real? Let's go.
Yeah, go team.
Yeah.
Doing here? Off you go, pack your bags, chop chop.
Kia ora and welcome to the Cook Islands. The Cook Islands could be the best kept secret in the South Pacific when it comes to a natural, and that means not manufactured, paradise. From the moment you set foot on these enchanted islands, you're transported to a world of pristine beauty, warm hospitality and the kind of natural wonders that will leave you awestruck. Now, how could I paint a picture of the Cook Islands from a Globetrotter's perspective? How about if we go there? Since we've been here in the Cooks, we've often been asked, have you been here before? My initial response was no, I've not been to a South Pacific Polynesian country, but I have been to New Zealand. But then I thought, yeah, I have been to one Polynesian island and I have been there a few times, and that is Rapa Nui. Polynesian in name and culture, but Latin in government, being Chilean territory. The boundaries of Polynesian culture is Rapa Nui to the east, Hawaii to the north, and New Zealand to the southwest. The heart of Polynesia, geographically and culturally, are the Cook Islands. Now, one of my first jobs was in the freight industry, and as the Pacific Islands are part of Australia's backyard, often we would see packages heading off to Rarotonga. The name always fascinated me, and in time I learnt of the region being the heart of exploration with names like Cook and Bligh, plus the original Spanish, Portuguese and French explorers. So the name held an illogical fascination to me. It seemed so far away, so exotic, and now I am here in Aitutaki, one of the islands of the Cooks group, and I'm about to extol to you why you should come to this little piece of paradise. Cook Islands are made up of 15 islands, with Rowatanga being the largest, with a population of about 15,000 people. Atutaki, north of Rarotonga, is the second most visited island, with a population of about 1,200 people, lots of chickens as well. The remaining population are sprinkled around the other 13 islands. The Cooks, while spread far and wide, is at the same time small and beautiful. The very centre of Polynesia, the Cook Islands stretch out in a scattering of 2 million square kilometres. Polynesians arrived in Rarotonga around 800 AD, sailing from Tupuai'i, now French Polynesia. The Maori migrations to New Zealand began from Rarotonga as early as the 5th century AD. Closely linked in culture and language to the Maori in New Zealand, the Maori of French Polynesia, the Rapa Nui of Easter Island, and the Kanaka Maori of Hawaii. About 87% of Cook Islands are Polynesian Cook Islanders, Maori. From the moment you set foot on these enchanting islands, you're transported to a world of pristine beauty, warm hospitality, and the kind of natural wonders that will leave you awestruck. Let me paint a vivid picture of the Cook Islands from a tourism perspective, so you can imagine the allure of this extraordinary destination. Imagine stepping on to the powdery white sands of Muri Beach on Rarotonga, the largest of the Cook Islands. The crystal clear waters of the lagoon stretch out before you, inviting you to take a leisurely swim, snorkel or dive in vibrant coral gardens. As you explore Rarotonga, you'll encounter lush tropical rainforest, dramatic waterfalls and inviting hiking trails. The Cross Island Trek in particular takes you on an exhilarating journey from one side of the island to the other, offering panoramic views of the ocean and the lush interior. Remembering that Rarotonga is only about 35 kilometres round, so it's very easy to drive around it, walk around it if you're really keen, or walk across it. Now, let's hop over to Atutaki, often referred to as the honeymoon island. Imagine yourself surrounded by some of the most stunning azure waters you've ever seen. Atutaki's lagoon is truly mesmerising, and a lagoon cruise will take you to the remote motus where you can swim, snorkel, or simply relax under swaying palm trees. Picturesque overwater bungalows and beachfront accommodation on Atutaki are perfect for a romantic getaway. Atutaki, in fact, is barely an island, geologically speaking. It is slowly, and we're talking millennial years here, being eroded away, and in time, a couple of million years, will become an atoll. So at the moment it sits on the border geographically again between an atoll and an island, but at the moment it's still technically an island. But the beauty of the Cook Islands goes far beyond its beaches. The cultural heritage of the islands is a treasure to explore. Immerse yourself in the local way of life by attending a lively Sunday church service. I highly recommend this, even if you're not a person of faith. It is such a moving experience, and the islands are very devout, so on Sundays most things do close down. So attending a church service where you're very, very welcome is really a must-do. You can also experience traditional dance performances and try the delectable local cuisine, such as ikimata, raw fish marinated in coconut milk and lime, and paddle dishes. While on the Cook Islands, it's essential to experience the warm and friendly spirit of the locals, which you can't help but do because everywhere you go, they're there and they're welcoming and very, very happy to help. The people of the Cook Islands are known for their hospitality, and you'll be greeted with genuine smiles and a sense of community that will make you feel like you are part of the family. So here are some things to see and do when in the Cook Islands. Take a swim in the lagoon that surrounds the entire island of Rarotonga and Atutaki. Swimming in the lagoons that surround Atutaki and Rarotonga is a must-do and almost unavoidable because literally they surround the islands. Snorkel, paddle, stand-up paddle or kayak. All hotels offer all these items as part of your stay. Attend a cultural show to learn of the ancient history of the Cook Islands and the Polynesian migration. To accompany this, there are two very good museums on the islands for a more in-depth look at the ancient history of the Cook Islands. If you want some adventure, get dirty in the Cooks with a railroad buggy tour where you go through a lot of mud. Eating is never an issue, with all sorts of fare from burgers. There is a fantastic Nui night market where local food is available, and I believe it's open on Sundays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Shopping, black pearls, sarongs, textiles and wood carvings are but a few of the locally crafted items on hand here in the Cook Islands. Attend a Sunday church service. Christianity is interwoven into the modern Cook Islands culture, and Sunday sees about 80% of the islands shut down. Whether you are a believer or not, hearing the local congregation sing hymns with such passion, devotion and love will bring a tear to anyone's eyes. Note, filming during the service is generally not allowed. A visit to Atutaki is a must. If you find that Rarotonga quiet and at an easy pace, Atutaki, if at all possible, is much more chill. Almost every choice of accommodation, both on Rarotonga and Atutaki, is on the beach, so access to the famed Aqua Lagoons is no more than a stumble or a short walk of no more than 30 seconds away. Getting to Atutaki is easy with a 40-minute flight from Rarotonga. Suggestion is to sit on the right side of the plane, the front or the back, not the middle, for the best views of Atutaki as you fly in. centre of the plane, pretty much all you see are the wings left and right of you. Getting to the Cook Islands itself is easy with a direct flight weekly, Saturday in, arriving late in the evening of Saturday, and Sunday out, leaving late at night on the Sunday from Los Angeles via Honolulu with Hawaiian Airlines. With arrival and departure times, you will have a free day as your first and last day in the Cook Islands, as it will be a Sunday, where, as I mentioned, most things will be closed. This also means you are to look at a late checkout on departure day, as again, your return flight will be late in the evening. No visas are required for US and Canadian citizens, but on your arrival, you will be asked to show your return air ticket and a copy of your itinerary showing where you are staying while in the Cook Islands. There is one road in Rarotonga, and the usual way around is hiring a car or a scooter, or the other means of transport is the local bus. It runs in a clockwise and anti-clockwise direction on the hour and on the half hour. On Sundays, that service is reduced. It runs between 10 and 12 and 2 and 4. So again, Sunday is tough to see and do things because everything shuts down. Other bits to know about. Lots of dogs in Rarotonga, so be careful if you're on a scooter. All the dogs are owned, but they will wander all over the place and all over the road, so be cautious when driving and or particularly on a scooter. There are no dogs on Aitutaki. October is the low rainy season, and this often represents a time when people come here, particularly from New Zealand and Australia, for weddings. So the Cook Islands is a fantastic wedding destination for any of you groups, people out there. Everyone speaks English, but the local language is Cook Islands Maori. November to March is generally cloudy in the mornings with sun in the afternoon, and November to March is the Cook Islands low season.
And now for something completely different.
I've learnt all this not only through my now first-hand knowledge with a visit to the Cooks and my obsession with history, but also with the kind assistance of the Cook Island Tourist Board, who have kindly looked after us while we have been naturally in the Cook Islands, and in particular Rachel here from the Cook Island Tourism Board. So I want to give Rachel an opportunity to talk about her home country, her home islands, the Cook Islands. So thank you very much, Rachel, for being with us today on the speech. Again, as the sun's going down. I'd just like to add this before we get going. Rachel has been overwhelming in her kindness, as most Cook Islanders are, and has not only, sorry, the sun's right in my face, so I've got to read this, and has not only showed us around, but has answered my incessant questions about healthcare, of which I experienced firsthand, because it actually hurt my eye on one of the adventure activities here on the Cook Islands, and was taken to the hospital by some very friendly Cook Islanders, and the medical service here is second to none, so have no fear should you get hurt or injured in the Cook Islands as well. I've peppered her about religion as well. The Cook Islanders are for the most part very, very devout. Things like where do you get your power, how do you get rid of your rubbish, all those type of questions. Rachel's been exceptionally kind in answering all our questions. So I'd like to give her the opportunity now to, talk about the Cook Islands. So, kia ora, Rachel.
Yes, kia ora, Donna.
So I guess the first question would be, is the term kia ora, it has a specific meaning, which is?
It does. Kia ora can mean many things, but we use kia ora as a greeting, otherwise hello, but really the essence of that is may you live long and prosperous.
Right, and the expression, as Rachel said, is used everywhere, so that's one you must learn before you come to the Cook Islands.
Definitely, yes.
So naturally the Cook Islands are open for business. We're here. COVID is thankfully in the past. So what is business like now that the islands have reopened?
The business now for the Cook Islands is buzzing. We have our borders open again, and it's just so great to see our visitors back on the island and enjoying our island, enjoying our beaches. And it's great for business. People are finding that they've gone back to pre-COVID numbers. We're getting there, and so we can't wait to have you with us as well. Because a high percentage of the Cook Islands income is based on tourism, so it's vital to the islands. Absolutely, it keeps us in jobs, keeps keeps families fed and also keeps us going.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
So we had dinner last night, and we were discussing the Cook Islands in general, and obviously the natural highlights you can see behind us. We're on Rarotonga, which is surrounded by a reef, so you have lagoons and crystal clear waters everywhere.
Yeah.
You have Atataki, which is north of Rarotonga, which is famed for its lagoon as well, and amazing, stunning scenery, all of which you'll see some imagery in a minute. But that's not all the Cook Islands is, and we were discussing this last night. So, Patrick, can you expand on some of the stuff we discussed last night in regards to cultural interactions and things that can be done while the Cook Islands above and beyond sand and water?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a whole range of different activities that you can partake when you come to the Cook Islands, whether you want to just chill out on the beaches, which is what a lot of people do during their stay, but you can go on reef tours, you can see the water from a different angle, you can explore our mountains. There's heaps of mountains. You can go hiking, of course with experienced hikers as well. You can get to tap into our cultural side. Our culture is really rich here. Our language, you can make pretty e-katus like these is what I'm wearing, and be able to wear these arts and crafts and take that knowledge with you back home. There's multiple things that you can do here on our island, as well as seeing our Pāinua, that's our smaller islands, which is a part of the Cook Islands. And like I said, there's even families. Our people are so friendly here, so kind, and there is no doubt that you won't be a part of an extended family when you come here.
Which we've found ourselves as well. We were discussing last night, there are cultural interactions where you can actually dine with a local family.
Yes, progressive dinner.
Yep,
yes.
progressive dinner.
Yeah.
You can witness wood carvings. There's a lot more to do in the Cooks other than just naturally the beautiful weather, sun and sand.
We do love our food as well. You can even make the food you eat here. We call it a umukai here, which is underground oven, which is called the umukai. You can partake in that and just get to see how we do life here, just from a personal perspective and not just on a tourism perspective. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the food because we've been fed exceptionally well. And it ranges in everything from like burgers and fries, fish and chips, all the way up to like stunning 5-star high-end cuisine, which we've experienced here as well. Naturally, fish is a big base food here as well. We'll grab that in a minute. So with the markets open, there is now a flight directly from Los Angeles into Honolulu into Rarotonga for the North American market.
Yes.
So what would you like to see from North Americans other than just getting here, or is that it?
Full flights.
Full flights? Full flights
yeah,
here?
Full flights, definitely. For our economy as well, just to see our quiet season, which is roughly your guys' winter.
Our winter time,
yes. To see those flights full and being able to still have our tourism going strong during our quieter months would be amazing.
And what you'll find too is where we're standing here is typical of the entire island. Like it's not, it's busy, it's popular. We were doing site inspections and most of the hotels were full, but as you can see, this is typical of the beaches all around the island. Place is full, but there's no one here. So the point of all that is going via Hawaii. Obviously Hawaii is a big attraction, but this is just so much nicer. No, all due respect to our Hawaiian friends out there, but it's just grassroots. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. So
I must say too that our properties, we take pride in the way that things look here as well, and it's not just in our resorts, in our resorts, but it's in our homes as well, and it's everywhere. Our island is very clean and pristine.
Yes, very much so. Very conscious of the eco impact of tourism and general living here. And on Rachel's point that their quiet season is our winter time, there are lots of accommodation choices down here from 3 to 5 star, but many are also built for long stays, a month. So where we're filming this actually, Sunset Resort, they have lots of units with kitchens and the whole thing. So if you want to come down for an extended period of time, that is also a great option.
That's right.
So what is tourism looking like for the future?
Our future is definitely bright. Our future is bright, and for tourism, we're wanting to get back to those numbers that we had pre-COVID, but also having the sustainability and being able to have the right infrastructure to be able to cater to people who want to come and visit the Cook Islands.
So there you have it. It's an amazing place. I had no real expectations coming here, but I've been blown away. I would just speak to Rachel as she arrived for our interview here. I was warned about Cook Island's time. You know, it's an island environment, but punctuality has been exceptional, from service to pickups, everything. So don't fear. The Cook Islands is truly developed, you know, ready, well, not ready for tourism. It's always been good with tourism. It's now wanting people back post-COVID.
Yeah,
there you go. So our recommendation is obviously get here as soon as you can. Flights LA to Honolulu, Honolulu into Rarotonga directly, International Gateway. Now, if you want to go via New Zealand, you can fly to New Zealand and come back from New Zealand. What's the flight time from New Zealand?
4 hours.
4 hours. So you can go direct from LA to
From
Auckland, and then Auckland back to Rarotonga as well. And can you access the Cooks from like Tahiti and Fiji directly?
Tahiti you can.
Tahiti you can, but Fiji
there
you would
is a
have to
flight.
go to
Auckland.
back to Auckland.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So-
I do want to say
yeah,
too
of
that
course.
we might be small in size. We might be small, but when you come here, you will understand that the Cook Islands is like nowhere else in the world.
Thank you, Rachel.
You're
Kia ora.
welcome. Mei taki mata. Thank you, Donna.
One of the most surprising things about the Cook Islands, and particularly Atutaki, where we are today, is that on our trip here, we've been doing site inspections as part of our fam, and everywhere we've gone, we've only been able to see a few rooms because the resorts are full. Now, you would never know that the island is about 90% capacity at the moment, because everywhere you go, there is no one. It is unbelievably busy, but with no one around. And this is one of the joys of the Cook Islands, particularly Atutaki, in that what you see here is representative of pretty much an average day when it comes to crowds on the beach. There are none, though the island is full. So the Cooks is really, in my opinion, a much, much better alternative to the nearby Hawaiian Islands, which are stunningly beautiful, no arguments there. But if you're looking to get away from the crowds, the high-rises, no building is allowed to be taller than a coconut tree here in the Cook Islands, in Atutaki. The Cook Islands is the place to be for that rustic, though if you want it, luxury experience in the South Pacific. Now, if you saw my first Facebook post about our trip to the Cook Islands, when we arrived, I stated my first impression of the Cook Islands was that it was dark. And it was, as it will be for you, as most flights arrive via Honolulu late in the evening. But the next day, my immediate impression was it smelt of the fragrance of flowers. The flora is rich and abundant. It is a gardener's paradise. It was noisy. Sounds of roosters crowing each morning, waking you to the subtle but ever-present sound of waves breaking on the reef that surrounds the islands. It is blinding. The senses are hit with a patchwork of blues, teals, and aqua green as you are literally surrounded by crystal clear lagoons where turtles and fish of all colours play, side by side with the snorkeler or the diver. The sun bounces off the white sand in a blinding fashion where you definitely need your sunglasses. It's rhythmical. The love of music is everywhere. From entertainers on lagoon cruises to the dancers at the must-see cultural shows. Te Waranui. All backed by driving drum beats that are the pulse of the islands and Polynesian culture. It is comfortable. From 3-star to 5-star luxury, almost all accommodation is steps from the famed white sandy lagoon beaches. You can self-cater, long stay, which is very, very popular here for the Cooks, or indulge in private adults-only resorts, villas. The accommodation choices abound. It is tasty. Eating out in the Cooks is not only plentiful, it is sumptuous. Burgers to steak, soups to seafood, linguine to lobster. You will not leave here hungry. It is welcoming. From the moment we landed to the moment we left, we felt nothing short of part of the family that is the Cook Islands. It's nothing but smiles and hospitality, and it awaits the Globetrotter on a visit to the Cook Islands. Whether you're seeking a romantic escape, a family adventure, or simply a place to unwind in paradise, the Cook Islands should be at the top of your travel wish list. Come experience the magic of these islands, and you'll understand why they are often called the secret of the Pacific. Love a little piece of paradise for real right now. Until next time, kia ora.